lawful wedded husband.
To be my... Barbarine's heart.
Playing with a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts being third rate, but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see it. I baptized myself the slut of Springfield!
Of a bitch in heat.
I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey, everybody, it's me. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's been a minute since we've gone live. It has. It truly has. It's been a minute. It's truly been, would you say a hot second? Would you say a hot minute? It's been months. Not gonna lie to you, not gonna hold you. It's been months since we've been over here on live. It has. Now, let me know in the comments down below if you can hear me. If you can hear me, shout out to my cousin Nola coming in here, okay? Welcome, everyone. Like the video. We're not going to be here too long. Not going to keep y'all for hours and hours and hours like I'm Mooney Long or somebody. I don't have them vocals. Know that. But we are here to talk about the Gates. The Gates is, well, that's the abbreviation. They did change the name. But the Gates is going to be, I believe, the first African-American soap opera to hit the airwaves on network TV since 1989, so 35 years. But if you're in here and you're new here and you like the content, like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, share me with your people, hit the subscription button. I already said that. Also check those links in the description box down below. Hit vote.gov and vote.org. Make sure you're registered to vote. Make sure you're kept up to date about all of the things going on in your city, your town, your state, your parish, wherever you live. Make sure you're kept up to date about what's on your ballots and who's on the ballots, what policies they're running off of. Because if your voting rights weren't such an important thing, they'd be trying to snatch her away and drag her by her roots. Just being honest, just being real. But welcome. And if you catch this on a playback, just let me know who so far is your favorite character based off the description that y'all are going to get, who you think could play these characters. We are going to do a little fan casting today as well. But let's get into it. So, we are here to talk about the Gates. And if you don't know, like I mentioned earlier, the Gates is the first Black soap opera, well, African-American soap opera with a majority African-American cast to hit network TV since Generations was on in 1989. That was the last time Generations was on air, and they were on NBC. Beyond the Gates, they added the Beyond, so it's Beyond the Gates, but everybody who was in the know when this was announced, we just call it the Gates. This was announced to be on CBS, and if you are a fan of The Talk, they will be taking The Talk spot. So The Talk comes on at 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Time, and I don't have enough energy in me today to tell you what time specific The Talk comes on. But they will be replacing The Talk. The Talk got canceled. Beyond the Gates got their time slot, and currently they are already selling ad space for Beyond the Gates. So this is a great thing. They already sell an ad space. They're already doing what they need to do to make sure we get them out there. They will be filming this at Assembly Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you're in the Georgia area and you want to play, they may need background actors or background characters. You might be able to get you a little, moment on the first Black soap opera to hit the waves in 35 years. Now, this is Michelle Von Jean. This is Michelle. Michelle is the creator and the producer. I believe the creator and executive producer of Beyond the Gates. She has worked on so many soap operas. When I say her resume is long, this Black woman's resume is long. She is the creator and executive producer of Beyond the Gates. She was the consulting producer and the writer for Ambitions. And if y'all liked Ambitions, that was on OWN, and we saw Robin Givens and Essence Atkins and a slew of Black actors we loved. And I was like, Ambitions was a really good show. I'm still not sure why it didn't get another season. But this is Michelle. She did a lot. She was a scriptwriter on The Bold and the Beautiful from 2012 to 2024. She worked on General Hospital. She was a writer, a scriptwriter. She worked, she was there for a very long time. She did multiple stints of writing scripts or script editing on General Hospital. And the last time I believe she worked on General Hospital fully was in 2012. And then she went on to be on The Bold and the Beautiful as a writer over there. She also was a writer for Santa Barbara, Port Charles, Jake and the Fat Man, like Generations. She's worked on all of these soap operas, so you know her resume is long, and she has a history in doing this. She's also won multiple Daytime Emmy Awards and Screenwriters Guild Awards, so she's very accomplished. Know that. She's an accomplished woman. She knows what she's doing. She's written on some of your favorite soap operas, even if you didn't see them as soap operas. She's also written, like, I know everybody loved Ambitions and wanted it to have another season. She was a writer on the show and a consulting producer. And now she's created Beyond the Gates. And we're going to have a good time with Beyond the Gates. Now, if you're wondering who's producing Beyond the Gates, like what production or who's behind Beyond the Gates, Procter & Gamble, you may know them. If you don't, they were also behind Guiding Light, As the World Turns, and a couple of other shows that have been on CBS. But this is the first time in years, like Guiding Light and As the World Turns, they ended in 2009 and 2010. It's been about 14-15 years since they've produced a soap opera, so they are making their way back to CBS to do that. CBS is a producer of the show. Of course, it's going to be on CBS every day except Saturdays and Sundays, okay? And you can catch these episodes when they air at the top of the year on CBS at the 1 o'clock time slot, Central Standard Time, but you can also catch it on Paramount Plus because after so many hours, the show gets uploaded there and you can rewatch it. And the NAACP is also a producer of Beyond the Gates. Yes, if you didn't know, the NAACP has gotten behind Beyond the Gates as well. So they're producers over here too. So, they're going to do this right. And like I said, they are filming in Atlanta, Georgia, at Assembly Studios. So if you ever hear any fillers for a show called Beyond the Gates, looking for background actors, background characters, anything like that, just some people to film a couple scenes that they need to be around, this is that show. Now, I know you're wondering, who are the characters? What are we going to get? What is it giving? So I'm back, okay? Now I'm not on screen. I didn't want to, cause a face crack. Is it coming on before or after YNR and Bold and Beauty? This is coming on at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. So Young and the Restless has the 11 o'clock slot. Bold and Beautiful has the 12 o'clock slot. And typically after the Bold and the Beautiful, the talk would, it would be news because the Bold and the Beautiful is only 30 minutes. Then you get 30 minutes worth of news. At least that's what happens here. And then they go into the talk, which happens at 1 o'clock. The talk has gotten canceled, so now Beyond the Gates has their time slot. And as I mentioned earlier, they're already selling ad space for the show. So they about to do their damn thing. Now, like I said, the show is premiering at the top of the year. And what I mean at the top of the year, they're going to be January 2025. Now, I don't have a specific date as in what date in January 2025 that it'll be on. I just know it's going to be January 2025. And when I get the specific date, I'll be back to tell y'all that. I wasn't going to say nothing. It felt like it was on its last leg. I do love, my girl, Cheryl. And I hope to see Cheryl on some other talk shows. Or hell, I would like to see Cheryl, go back on tour. But listen, they have their time slot now. And I thank everybody who's in here. Don't forget to like the video up. Tell your people about me. And, this is a conversation. Let's talk. If y'all like the soap operas or if you don't like the soap operas, let me know something. So like I mentioned, this is the first soap opera the first African-American soap opera. And let me bring back up the logo for it. If you ever see this logo, this is Beyond the Gates. So this is the first Black soap opera, African-American led soap opera to hit the airwaves in 35 years. The last one was on NBC. That was Generations. And over there, Vivica Fox, Richard Roundtree, Christoph St. John, they were a part of that cast over there. Then Generations got canceled and everybody went, you know, to different soaps. But this first time in 35 years, an African-American led soap opera will be on network TV. And this is also the first time since Passions, which is my show. Y'all know I love Passions. I've talked about it before. Since a new soap opera has debuted on network TV, because Passions was the last one. Typically, we see all the new soap operas end up on streaming platforms. So, you know, it's a great thing. So, I'm gonna drop the video, and I'm going to, I know you're wondering, what is she doing? I'm about to share the screen, because now we're about to get into the breakdown of the character, and I want y'all to be able to see, you know, what I see. Do you see what I see? Okay. Do you see what I see? Now, give me 1 second, because we're getting into the characters and just like the synopsis of it. So, Beyond the Gates tells the story of a wealthy Black family living in a posh gated community in the DMV area. Now, Fairmont Estates is located in the Maryland, Washington, D.C. area. So I hope they get that right, because, you know, the Washington, D.C. folks, I want them to be represented well. But this is the, you know, the upper echelon, the upper crest. It's giving the chancellors. It's giving the Abbotts. It's giving the Buchanans. It's giving the Quartermains. Y'all know them types of families. But we, you know, we Black over here. And the family's name is Dupree. Now, we only currently have 3 people announced who are going to be on the show as characters. And make no mistake, these women that they have announced, oh, they them girls. Okay, I know them. You know them. You may not know them as in, oh, I, you know, watched everything they've been in, but you know their faces. It's probably going to be given what they thought they were, but in real soap opera form. And we really about to do this because we got the big budget behind us. Once again, Procter & Gamble, NAACP, and CBS, and they're already selling ad space. Oh, they're about to do this. So, we in the DMV area, get into it. Now, I have to scroll down because I want y'all to, you know, get into this. So first character, when they announced who the characters were supposed to be, we don't really have that many actors. We only have 3 announced. We have Patrick. And Patrick is a retired senator. He's described as gentle and humble and generous, and he's the husband of Betty, but he has, you know, a family secret that they're hiding. I don't know who's playing Patrick. I don't know who's playing Patrick. If I, you know, had to think in my mind who I think could play Patrick, Patrick is an older gentleman, okay? If I had a thought of who I thought could play Patrick, you know, is a nice older gentleman. I don't know. Y'all will have to give me something. It's not very, like, it's not clicking for me, like, quick, fast, in a hurry on who I think could play Patrick. You know what? Who I think could play Patrick? And I don't know if he would want to do it, but, what's his name? David from the Have and Have Nots. Veronica's husband, David, I believe. I think he could possibly play Patrick. You know, an older gentleman who's retired, or maybe he needs to be older. I'm not sure, but that is Patrick. Now we got Miss Elizabeth. Now Elizabeth is a paralegal, and she's engaged to Joseph. You know, after having Rick Fox could play Patrick. I could see it. Now, Elizabeth is a paralegal, and she's gotten engaged to Joseph. Now, Elizabeth and Joseph, you know, had an extramarital affair. So she took somebody's husband. Okay, she snatched somebody's man. And, you know, typically, I'm going to have to wait on this. I feel like on soap operas, even though I'm going to wear them out, because I will, and you know I will, because I tell the truth. Don't let your spouse keep you from your happiness. But this might be messy. They need a fine OG actor to join the cast. Somebody get Leon on the line. This is true. Currently, they are filming. Like, know this. Currently, they are filming and getting stuff together. So, Leon could play Patrick, the retired senator, who's gentle, humble, and generous. But he got a family secret. Joseph sounds like a scammer trying to make... Joseph sounds like a scammer trying to take the family business. Now, Elizabeth is the paralegal who had the affair with Joseph, and Joseph was married. But we're going to move on. Who y'all think could play this character of Elizabeth? Now, if I had to think about who could play the character of Elizabeth, now, we just saw her. I'm thinking Sasha. I'm thinking Sasha from Meet the Browns. I'm not going to stick with all, characters from or actors who worked with Tyler Perry, but I could see her playing this role as Elizabeth the paralegal who then snatched somebody's husband. Because honestly, she played Trina so well. She did. So y'all let me know if you're watching this on the playback or if you're here currently, who do you think could play Elizabeth? We are also fan casting at this moment. So as I'm giving y'all the breakdown, y'all just throw people out there who y'all think could be on the show. And obviously, when they put out more of the cast members, I will come back and tell y'all this. Now we got Marcus. Now Marcus is a congressman. He's following in his grandfather's footsteps. He's married to Daniel, okay? And they have 2 adopted children. I'm not sure how old these children are, but the kids are adopted. And he desires to be the first Black openly gay president. Who can I see playing Daniel? Because that in itself is a complex character. And like you can't be too afraid to go, like, obviously the lengths that you would have to go on a soap opera, but you can't be afraid to just be like immerse yourself in a character. Oh. I'm gonna have to come back on Marcus. We're gonna keep the ball rolling. Y'all tell me what y'all thinking so far. Then you have Sam. Sam is a plastic surgeon at Garland Memorial Medical Center in Washington, D.C. And Sam runs and operates their own private practice with, their friend Lester. They run a private practice, and I'm not sure if... Now, don't do that. We don't want to typecast that man. Oh, what about Big Teak? The actor who played Big Teak. I could see it. The actor who played Big Teak, I could see him doing it. I could also see the guy who played... Yes, I could also see the guy who played Drew on Power, maybe getting him to play one of these, maybe playing Marcus or maybe playing Daniel. But then again, these characters give me a certain age, so you don't want to get somebody who's too young and it doesn't make sense, but you don't want to get somebody who's just, older and then it doesn't make sense. But Sam is a plastic surgeon working at Garland Memorial Medical Center and then runs and operates a practice with their best friend Lester. Now, Sam, they don't give a specific gender to Sam, so I'm not sure if Sam, is non-binary. Hi, Just Patches. Hello, as in Mr. Two Patches. Hello, Mr. Two Patches. I'm not sure if Sam is a woman or a man or if Sam is non-binary. But if Sam is a woman running a plastic surgery, like a practice, the actress who played, I believe her name is Michelle Morgan. She played Amanda, and she also played Hillary on The Young and the Restless. If the character of Sam is a woman, I could see her playing Sam. If the character of Sam is a man, I could see you gonna say Taraji? Okay. We love to see the girls come and do get into the soap opera bag. We love it. If Sam is the character of man, I could see, I don't know. I'm gonna say Lamont Rucker for right now. I can see him. He has soap opera. He has a soap opera background. He was on As the World Turns and on All My Children. So I could see him coming over and, you know, being a plastic surgeon. So we move on. We have Stacy. Now Stacy owns real estate. She owns a real estate agency. She specializes in luxury properties. Okay, she gets into the luxury of it all. And if we're thinking of someone who gives luxury, who is doing the absolute most, I don't know. Who gives luxury? Who gives doing the absolute most? Who gives, I'm going to sell you a property and you just going to have to deal with it? And obviously, she got to be that girl. She got to be that girl. And Stacy also gives me, she has a little skin, like, you know, she's cut her teeth. She is not too old, but she's not too young. And she probably got her a piece on the side. Yes, it is good to see Mr. and Mrs. Patches in the chat. We love to see them here. Who can be Stacy? I don't know. We're just going to continue. So, oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Patches. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do. Hold on. We got something for that. We do. Okay, the money is falling from the sky. We love to see it. We appreciate it. Now, we're going to continue, okay? You caught me off guard, sir. You caught me off guard, okay? You did. But we're going to continue. Y'all tell me who you think could be Stacy. Stacy is, and y'all can just throw out whoever you want, any black actresses that you think of, you know, up and coming, already here, maybe been on soap operas, or, you know, some ballpark answers. Stacy, she owns real estate. She owns her own real estate business, and she's selling you luxury properties. And no, we can't get the girls from who actual real estate agents. Oh, thank you, Scotty. Thank you. Thank you for coming over here. Y'all let me know, just spitballing who y'all think could be Stacy. Now we move on. Courtney, okay? Courtney is charmingly intense, okay? She experiences a chance encounter that triggers, you know, some suppressed feelings connected to the death of her husband. Now, Courtney, girl, what you about to experience, girl? I don't know. We gotta wait to 2025 to figure this out. But Courtney about to go through some stuff, and you know, when they go through some stuff, we might be dealing with some people with multiple personalities, and I have no problem with that when it comes to a soap opera, because they always do it right. Okay, I know sometimes it'll be outrageous, but they always do it right. So Courtney, she about to go through it. And then we got Jillian. Jillian resides in Washington, D.C. She has a daughter named Sarah, a sister named Cheryl, and she is the granddaughter of Betty. And she's married to David, a police officer. Now, Jillian gives me homemaker. I love my husband. I love my children. I'm going to be here for the family, but I also got some secrets, and my husband might be a dirty cop, but we don't know that yet. Then we got Diane, and she's described as a bit of a mystery. She has two faces, and she plans to right a big wrong, and it's giving. Diane might have multiple personalities, and I'm all for soap operas where one of the characters at least has multiple personalities. If you haven't watched One Life to Live, you don't know about Victoria Lord Davidson Buchanan. She got a few other names, but y'all gonna have to wait for me to get into that on a Many Wives and Husbands as soap opera characters. Then there was her daughter Jessica Buchanan. She had multiple personalities, and we do see this with some of the characters, but typically they don't really delve into this on many shows. I think Marlena had multiple personalities too, but I could be late. I vote Issa Rae just because I love, just because you love to type her name. Cool. So then we have Louise. He's a personal trainer at the Fairmount Estates Country Club, and he has his eye on one of the married women who lives in the gated community. Now, I'm not going to hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. I have in my mind who I think could play Luis. And I think it could be the guy who, hey Harold, hello, hello, hello. If Kofi could be the trainer, Luis is Hispanic. So there's that. Luis is a Hispanic character. If I'm being honest, I would love to see Angel, who played Poppy on Pose, maybe play Luis, a personal trainer. I don't know if he's bulked up. We haven't seen him in a while. That's just me in general. I would love to just see him come back to acting because I haven't seen him in a while. But I think he could play Luis, you know, a real smooth talker who he got his eyes on the married woman and he trying to start him in a little affair or something down there to the, you know, the country club. Okay, you know, they always got something going on down to that country club. Get into it. Then we have Allison. She's the spoiled daughter of Jessica and Sam. Now, here's the problem with this. Because if I want a fan cast or if we want to throw out ideas of who can be who, we don't know the ages. So some of the kids will be like, I don't know because I don't know their ages. So I don't know who could play Allison because they haven't given an age range of how old Allison is supposed to be. Is she a spoiled teenager? Is she a spoiled child? Is she a spoiled preteen? Or is she a spoiled adult? Okay, there are those out there. I'm spoiled, but I'm not that damn spoiled. And I'm an adult. So then we have Armand, a freelance photographer who's philanthropic, and following the death of his parents a decade ago. And he's the nephew of Sam. Now, I'm going to be honest. I feel like Rome Flynn could play this character. Rome Flynn has also been on soap operas. He had a long stint on The Bold and the Beautiful, which, like, listen, he's no slouch when it comes to daytime television. And the role he played on The Bold and the Beautiful, Zende, earned him a Daytime Emmy Award. And he did the work, like he put in the work. If y'all ever want to go back and watch the scenes that were submitted for him to win that Daytime Emmy Award, I think they're still on YouTube. He put in the work for that character to earn that award when he did. EJ Bonilla. Hold on, not y'all just throwing out names. Give me 1 second. Oh, as Luis. Okay, I could see it. I could see it. I could see it. So then we have the character of Cheryl. She's reluctantly a successful model, but she got a little. Let me explain something to you. She is. I looked him up. I could see him playing Luis. I could too. Now, Cheryl has a little problem. Cheryl she's a model, but she got a little problem with the booger sugar. And she's the daughter of Sarah. Now, hear me when I say this. She has the problem with the booger sugar, but she's a model, which will probably open them up to, in the future, doing crossovers with shows like The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful if they have a model. Because The Bold and the Beautiful is all about the world of fashion and magazines. Eva the Diva is Cheryl. I could see it. Or we could reach Yaya DaCosta, Cheryl, maybe. I'm not sure. But yes, moving on. Rick is a fireman who is described as fearless. Now, I'm just going to be honest. Now that, 911 Lone Star is over, maybe Paul could come over to Beyond the Gates to play the character. Oh, yes. Anytime the booger sugar is involved, it's bound to be utter and complete and total chaos. So the question is, who can play Cheryl? I said Yaya DaCosta. Nola Reed's my good cousin said Eva the Diva. Or we can go out of left field and get whole new characters. Maybe. Oh, a suggestion. And I don't know her name, but if you ever watched P-Valley, the second season, the stepsister of Keyshawn, her stepsister could play the character of Cheryl. But then again, one more time, we don't know the age range of a lot of these characters. We're just spitballing ideas. Now, we move on to David. Now, David is the descendant of a law enforcement, officials. Like, all his family have been men and women in blue. So, he bleeds blue before he bleeds red. So, that obviously is going to be a problem. And he gets personally invested in his cases. So, that definitely is going to be a problem, because anytime you have and I'm not saying this is a propaganda soap opera, but anytime you have like a regular propaganda show, when the characters get too heavily invested in they, cases, it takes them down the deep end and they start to spiral. So we might see David spiral, and we all know David got a family. So this might be, there is no might. This ain't no might. This gonna be messy. Now, you can't blame her for that. You can't blame her for that. This might get messy with David. Now, honestly, I could see maybe Lamont Rucker playing a character of David and maybe getting into his bag that way and giving us a little extra oomph. Or I could see Sean Blakemore playing David. Sean also has history with soap operas. He was on General Hospital for a very long time. But y'all have seen Sean Blakemore everywhere. You may not know him by name, but you may know him by face. If you've seen the movie Motives, you know who I'm talking about. So we move on. We have Katie. She is she just want to help people. And she is the daughter of a single mother, but she just wants to help people. And we love that. We love that for her. We have Tom Hernandez, a confident attorney. Maybe we have EJ playing Luis, and we have Angel playing Tomas. Or we might want to go a little older. I suggest Minnie Montana maybe playing Tomas, a confident attorney. A great, move away from the characters they try to typecast him as, that he plays amazingly. But maybe he won't play an attorney. I don't know. They already have this casted. We just going with my ideas. Then we got Joseph, an attorney engaged to Elizabeth. But remember, I told y'all, Joseph was married and he cheated on his wife to be with Elizabeth. So what is it giving? Who y'all think could play Joseph, the grimy attorney who's engaged to a paralegal that he was probably, doing a do in the office and everybody lied to his wife about? Who y'all think can play him? Because definitely going to be a messy situation. Because once again, you started with this lady after you had gotten married. Let's see. I see like a Luke James, maybe an Elijah. If Kofi wanted to do daytime, I could see him playing the character of Joseph. Who else could play Joseph? I definitely could see, Lamont Rucker playing Joseph. There are so many people who could play Joseph, just because Joseph gives me, can you get into your acting bag and get real grimy for the way Joseph did his ex-wife? And now that he is engaged to Elizabeth, what is it going to be giving? So we move on and we talk about Mike. Now, Mike is a high-powered partner. He's a high-powered attorney. He's the partner of Joseph. And he has been accused of being sexually inappropriate in the workplace. Okay? Hear me one more time. He has been accused of being sexually inappropriate in the workplace. Now, you know what? I could see him playing Joseph, or he could play Mike. Who knows? Now, for everybody who's in here, for the new people, if y'all don't know, this is the logo for Beyond the Gates, or when it was first announced, it was just called The Gates, and then they added the Beyond. It is filming in Atlanta at Assembly Studios. So if you live in Atlanta and you want to do a little background work, or maybe, you hear anything about it, this is a show they're working on. You have some people who are already down there on set. get into Michelle Von Jean. She is a soap opera writer vet. She has been doing this for many, many years. She started on Generations, where she was a writer. She is the executive producer and creator of Beyond the Gates. She was a consulting producer and writer on Ambitions. Y'all love that show. It was on OWN. Robin Givens was there. I see Robin Givens coming back and being on daytime. Who knows? She wrote for The Bold and the Beautiful from 2012 to 2024, so she was there for 12 years. She wrote for General Hospital, and she was a writer and a script editor, and she wore many hats from 93 to 2012. She wrote for Generations. She wrote for Port Charles. She wrote for Santa Barbara. Now Santa Barbara has now been canceled, and so has Port Charles, but you can always find those episodes on YouTube, as well as I believe you can find some clips of Generations. There is a clip of Generations in my intro where the woman was about to get into that fight with Vivica, and she kicked off the shoes and picked up that dress and tucked it and said, "Let's go." And she also did a little writing for Jake and the Fat Man. She did like 2 episodes. Was Generations the last black soap opera on CBS? I wonder if there are any episodes on YouTube. Actually, so let me bring this up. So, Beyond the Gates is the first African American soap opera to be back on network television or premiere on network television in 35 years. They're going to be on CBS. Generations was on NBC. Now, this is also the first soap opera, like brand new soap opera, not being brought back, but brand new soap opera to premiere on network television since 1999, which was Passions. And if Scotty is still here, you have a love for Passions, and so do I. Oh, yes, I've seen that clip. Yes, so there's a clip when I did my intro. I'll play the intro. Now, it's 41 seconds, but y'all get into it. But when I did the intro, I wanted it to feel like we flipping through a TV. So let me go ahead and drop that and then bring this up. And then we're going to continue on.
A lawful wedded husband.
To be my Barbara Jean. Not Barbara Jean's heart.
Playing with a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts being third rate, but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see you. I baptized myself the slut of Springfield!
Instead of a bitch in heat. I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Nikki. So, yes, if you saw the intro very quickly, very, fast, that clip where the woman in gold kicks off her shoes and picks that dress up, yeah, that's from Generations. And I had to figure out how to put all of these together just to, give a little hint of the different soap operas throughout the years. And on this channel, I love soap, so we will be going down the history of soap operas. Make no mistake about that. So we have gone over the characters, and maybe I'll drop the link after I finish this, but we've talked about Michelle Von Jean. And also, if you don't know, now you know. If you weren't here when I said this, the producers of the companies, oh, that went down too fast, the companies producing and who will be behind Beyond the Gates, Procter & Gamble Studios. They were behind Guiding Light and As the World Turns. So this is the first time they're making a return to CBS. CBS in itself and the NAACP all of them are producers of Beyond the Gates. I know y'all talk about the NAACP. Yes, the NAACP. Okay, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. They are they are here to stay. Listen, I'm everybody's soap opera bestie. Get into it. If it didn't happen, listen, if I don't know it didn't happen, but I'm everybody's soap opera bestie. You come over here. You tell your people about me. We enjoy the soap operas over here. I know a lot about certain things that interest me. If I don't know a lot about it, it didn't happen. And I don't know where y'all been at. But yes. So, who are some of the characters who have been announced? Give me 1 second as I'm being the producer and everything else over here. Okay, she's multifaceted. Get into it. We have Tamara Tooney. Y'all know her as Melinda Warner, but as soap opera fans know her as Jessica Griffin. She was on As the World Turns. She was a part of a famous interracial couple as it pertained to soap operas. She was on As the World Turns on and off from 1989 to 2009. And in between that time, get into the girl, okay? Right now, she has locks and she's let the gray come in and she looks amazing. She played Melinda Warner, you know, ME on Law & Order SVU, aka Living Them, from 2000 to 2021. And then she pops up here and there. But her character, because we got to get into the Dupree family, like we talked about everybody else. We talked about all the other characters. We get into the Dupree family, and she's been casted to play Anita Dupree. She was once a famous singer, and she worked hard to, you know, be successful, and she raised her 2 daughters with her now retired husband. Okay, and her husband is a now retired senator. Now, it's giving me Patrick might be her husband, but Patrick is also married to Betty. But also, here's the problem with this situation. The show is following the Dupree family who resides in a fair amount of states. So we have Tamara Tooney. She is playing Anita Dupree. And then we move on to Carla Mosley. If you don't know Carla Mosley, if you didn't watch The Bold and the Beautiful, she played the character Maya Avant. And Maya was a transgender woman who got married, and she had, you know, all these things going on. She was an executive. The character of Maya Avant was transgender. That's what stuck out to me. So you have Carla Mosley. She has played on many things. I believe she sings as well. She was on Guiding Light before it ended as a character named Christina Boudreau. And then she was Maya Avant from 2013 to 2019 when her character moved to Paris with her husband and her daughter. And she's going to be, I believe she is Danny Dupree. She's Danny Dupree, and Danny is described as a former model turned manager who gave up her career for love. Now, I could be backwards in who's playing which daughter, but I believe Carla was casted to play Danny. And she's very beautiful. Get into her, love her. She does the most. And then we have Daphne Duplass. Get into Daphne. Y'all know Daphne. She played Valerie Davis on Passions from 2004 to 2008. She played Rachel Gannon on One Life to Live from 2009 to 2010. And then I also had to throw this in there. If you don't know who she is, if like the face isn't giving it away, if you ever watched Half and Half, she played Geneva. And if you ever watched My Wife and Kids, she played Keenan's young girlfriend with the real short hair. Y'all remember her. She used to have real short haircut, who Junior put mirrors on his shoes to look up her dress. But this Daphne is a soap opera vet as well. And she is playing the character of Nicole. Nicole is high achieving and competitive. She's a philanthropist and a psychiatrist, but she exudes like warmth and empathy and compassion. So these are the Dupree family women. You have Anita, who's played by Tamara Tooney. You have Danny, played by Carla Mosley. And then you have Nicole, played by Daphne Duplass. Or it could be the opposite, where Daphne is playing Danny and Carla is playing Nicole. But we have the Dupree family. We just don't know where Daddy Dupree is. We don't. And it's not like, I'm not sure where Father Dupree is. But it's given like Patrick, the retired senator, he might be Daddy Dupree. He might be. But that is, I believe, all I have for the Beyond the Gates as it pertains to the character breakdown, what the show is about. We got this wealthy family. We're following the wealthy Dupree family and the Fairmont Estates down there in the DMV area. And it's giving very much country club upper echelon. It's giving chancellors. It's giving quartermains. It's giving Buchanans and lords. It's giving the Duprees got money. Don't play with them. And they got connections. And everybody else beware. It's given that. It is. Y'all just, I don't know what to tell you. And if you didn't know, they are taking this time slot of the talk. If you watch the talk has been canceled, and Beyond the Gates is taking over their time slot. So if you live in the Central Standard Time, it's 1 o'clock. If you live on Eastern Standard Time, it is 2 o'clock. And if you live over there on the West Coast, it'll be 11 for y'all, because everybody is, I'm in Central, I'm 2 hours ahead, so it'll be 11 o'clock for them as it pertains to, oh, hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, let me look this up, because if so, I got a date for y'all of when this is going to premiere. Well, y'all will see the, let me bring it up. I ain't even have to come back for this. The Gates will be Beyond the Gates, or as I so eloquently call it, because I knew it before they added the Beyond. The Gates will be premiering January 1st, 2025, and that is a Wednesday. So be ready, okay? You stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. They will be premiering January 1st, 2025. It's at the top of the, I told y'all this be at the top of the year. Everything happening at the top of the year. They will be premiering at the top of the year. Now, we currently do not know who else is going to be, playing any other characters. All we know is that Michelle Von Jean, get into her, a soap opera legend as a writer. She is the creator and one of the executive producers. Procter & Gamble, CBS, and the NAACP are also producers. Tamara Tooney is playing Anita. Carla Mosley either is Nicole or Danny. And Daphne Dupleix is either Nicole or Danny, because it's just like, y'all didn't specify who's who. Yeah, I got to specify when I'm doing my research who's who. Now, my question is, what characters do y'all like so far? Do y'all want to come up and, give y'all a 1-2 about who you would want to see? Who you would want to see on the show? Or, thank you, Soulful Dog, for subscribing. I thank you. Who you would want to see on here. The Gates is, I'm going to tell you this. This is something that's been missing from soap operas for a very long time. We obviously have our different Black characters that pop up here and there on the different soap operas of the past and the current and now the future. And this has been missing because we have to tell all the stories well-rounded, and we love a lot of mess and we love a lot of drama, and we truly love it when it's fictional, because when it's real life, you just be like, come on now, y'all doing too much. But I love this. I love the fact that we are seeing soap operas make their return to television. It's been a while. It's been a minute, and they are needed because, listen, who's at home watching TV? Everybody. Whether it's on streaming, whether it's on, regular digital TV, or they have cable, or they have the television channels added to their live streaming. Everybody's at home watching television. People are working from home. And honestly, it's time for daytime to make a comeback, not just with the talk shows, but with the soap operas. So I really do appreciate this show coming. I love soap operas myself, but I would have never in my wildest dreams thought we would have a Black soap opera. But we do. It's here. They are filming. They down there in Atlanta filming right now. It is going to be an amazing time. If I drop the link, I don't know if anybody come up, but I'll give it a minute. And if nobody wants to come up, it's fine. But I'm going to, just drop it and y'all tell me what y'all think. How do you feel about this? That's a real great question. How do y'all feel about this? Because we're going to get representation. I myself personally, even though I know they are starting little by little reveal who the cast members are, me, myself, and I would love to see Debbie Morgan and Jesse Darnell Williams. I would love to see Debbie Morgan and Darnell Williams come back together. I just love it when they reconnect on whatever show they're on. And if y'all don't know who they are, that is Angie and Jesse from All My Children. And every time they pop up, anywhere, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm just so happy they're back together. I am. They were that couple. They were that couple that is just like, ooh, black love on soap operas. If you're ever like, we want to see black love on soap operas, Angie and Jesse were black love on soap operas. Now, like I said before, January 1st, 2025, that is a Wednesday. This show here is airing. It's Wednesday. It is the 1st. I know y'all might be just a little, a little hungover, a little tipsy. Okay, because it's the new year. But new year, new shows, new daytime. And they're going to have new episodes while everybody else is playing old stuff. Because if y'all didn't know, typically on holidays, the soap operas play old episodes. And it probably have to do something with the holiday they're playing it on. So on Thanksgiving, they play a Thanksgiving episode. Thanksgiving is during the week, like it always is. On Christmas, if Christmas falls during the week, then they play a holiday episode. If the New Year falls during, the week, they play a New Year episode. They only do that for those 3 holidays. We really don't see anything for Halloween. Their Halloween episodes are very staggered because right now I think they still in September and they haven't made it to October yet. But that's the gates. And it seems like nobody's coming up. So if you like it, if you like the show, like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't still comment, and subscribe. My dog is barking, so get into her. She does the absolute most. She's doing the absolute most. If you liked everything you saw, liked everything you heard, tell your people about me. I will be keeping y'all updated about this, and we will be delving more into soap opera history over here on this channel, as well as wrestling. And I really do need to do my review for Potomac, but I'll watch all that. Like, the new episode comes on tomorrow. But I will be keeping y'all up to date on Beyond the Gates, and we will be watching this, okay? We will be watching this. We will be talking about this. We will be giving it the energy that it deserves and needs, because soap operas are back and here to stay. Know that. And with that being said, that was it. That was all. I have no more to give y'all. I don't have anything other than, uploading some videos for soaps. I just uploaded, about like a 19-minute video of my review for General Hospital. Go take a look at that, and take a look at my shorts, the sitcom Sit Down, Cinematic Chit Chat, This Is a Rant, and me talking about all the disgusting Halloween candy that everybody hands out every year that nobody wants and nobody needs. I'm going to fight y'all over that black licorice and that candy corn. It's disgusting. But with that being said, thank you everybody for coming in here. Harold, Mr. Two Patches, my cousin Nola Reeds, Mother Feisty, the creative director of this channel, Scotty by Nature, and anybody catching this on the playback. I love everybody. I appreciate y'all, and thank you for showing up. And with that being said, we're going to be up out of here, okay? Go get me some food. But I love everybody, and I'll keep y'all up to date about everything. Bye.